Sometimes you just need to blow off some steam, celebrate your wins, and head to the pub with your friends. Which is exactly what we did once we arrived in Stornoway, the most northerly point of our Scottish adventure. There's just one problem. We were going to spend the next 2 days driving along windy roads, taking ferries, and battling with the Scottish weather. So come with us this week as we try to see as much of the Outer Hebrides as we can in 48 hours, with a pair of absolutely vicious hangovers.
Hi. Hi, Nutshell. You're lovely even if your floor was covered in seaweed.
Yeah. And by entirely heather-covered island.
Yeah. Pretty chill that couple of days here.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been relaxed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been nice.
Doing some work.
And after a couple of days of really big wind in the anchorage, it's been really nice to have a sheltered anchorage with the only trees that we've seen so far on the Outer Hebrides.
Here we go. That's northerly point.
I realised this is the last time that we will head north on this trip, potentially. Or at least the last time that we will be making progress to go north somewhere where we haven't been before. So yeah, very exciting.
It might be, stay in Europe, we might head north again next spring.
Yeah.
So it could be 7 months. But it could also be like
4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Full canvas. Hello, bottom of the mainsail. Have not seen you in a long time. Bit of spray. Laura straight back to the cockpit. Like some seating event is occurring.
Yeah.
Smell that sweet fish and chips. It's like the first thing that we smell coming in is fish and chips.
No, the first thing that we smelled coming in was sewage, but now we can smell fish and chips.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We can probably start getting the fenders ready and getting the mooring lines out and stuff.
We were so proud of ourselves when we arrived in Stornoway. We'd sailed almost 1,000 nautical miles since we started on the south coast of England, and we'd made it to the most northerly point of the UK that either of us had ever been. So we treated ourselves and immediately got our hands on some fish and chips.
Happy Stornoway noises.
Sure have good.
So good.
As well as wanting some fish and chips, we'd come into Stornoway to do some boat work, find some provisions and wait out some bad weather. I went up the mast to check over our VHF antenna after last week's problems, and we checked out the local chandleries.
We're going to the Fisherman's Co-op in the hope that it has a VHF antenna.
Since we couldn't sail around the islands because of the storm about to arrive, we decided to rent a car to see as much of the Outer Hebrides as we could over the next 2 days. Keys in hand and jobs done, we decided to go to the pub for just one drink with some of the other cruisers from the marina. We had a great evening, but things did end up getting maybe a bit out of hand.
Welcome, Hangover City.
The logo for this place is somebody dumping their head in a bucket of coffee, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to get a load of nice shots of us like getting in the car and like talking about where we're going and making it all like nice and like a professional vlogger, but that didn't happen. This morning is apparently not the morning for that.
The whiskey killed that idea.
Yeah, the 1 a.m. whiskey was the death of today's good content. So, oh god, dropping the camera as well.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
Yeah, sorry. So if you are still watching, we have rented a car and we are travelling around the Outer Hebrides for today and tomorrow. A little bit of a holiday from the boat, and the weather is lovely today and it's going to be horrible tomorrow. First stop is the Callanish Standing Stones, and then we're going to try and have a beach day.
They call it the Hawaii of the North.
I said this, I don't know if it is actually the case, but we'll see. Right, next stop, Stones. Oh. That was unfortunately the only piece of talking to camera we managed to do all day, so you're going to be stuck with this voiceover for the next little while. Our first stop was the Callanish Standing Stones, a collection of monuments thought to be over 5,000 years old, which makes them older than Stonehenge. The largest group of stones are arranged in a cross shape around a circle, with the largest stone in the middle. There is evidence of a lightning strike at the centre of the circle, along with a tomb that was added later, but it's not known what the circle was used for or what it symbolised. The stones are impressively tall and well preserved, but after being alone on the boat for 10 days, the main stone circle felt too busy, particularly for our sore heads. So we headed over to another circle in the area and had the place to ourselves. There are at least 16 more megalithic sites in this area, which, depending on how you view these sites, either suggests that it was a hive of religious activity in the Neolithic period, or at least that there was one group of people who really enjoyed building stone circles. Either way, we also really enjoyed our time viewing the stones, with the Hebridean wild scenery making it feel like we'd been transported back in time.
Laura's love it, they like it.
You'd think that we'd feel better after some fresh air, but in fact the hangover really started to set in at this point. We headed from Uist to Harris in search of food. The landscape changing surprisingly quickly, going from wide open plains and rolling hills to steep rocky mountains in the space of a few miles. After a suitably greasy lunch, we felt well enough to wander around the Harris Distillery gift shop and buy some gin. But maybe it was a step too far, too soon, so we got back in the car and made our way to the coast. It was time to see whether the Outer Hebridean beaches live up to the hype. We'd read a lot about how beautiful the white sand beaches on the west coast of the Outer Hebrides are, from Lonely Planet naming one of them as the third best beach in Europe, to the Thailand tourist board accidentally using a picture of a Hebridean beach thinking it was Thailand. Ironically, this was probably my second favourite beach ever, only beaten by one from Thailand. But it was still an extremely special day. The beach was actually recommended to us by a local in the pub the night before, and it definitely lived up to our high expectations.
Are you sure you want to get in?
It's not that bad, actually. The Cedar one level.
Good swim?
Like a sauna.
Rush hour. Come on, buddies. Both of us were absolutely desperate for a nap at this point, so we couldn't wait to get on the ferry. It runs between Zetterberg on Harris to Stornoway on North Uist, dodging around submerged rocks and navigating narrow passages. Finally, we made it to our B&B for the night. We had some dinner and enjoyed a lovely night in a land bed with, most importantly, an unlimited hot water land shower.
So windy. We're being left in the dust by that.
No.
I don't drive slowly.
Motorhomes normally do drive slowly. What's going on?
We are absolutely loving the Outer Hebrides. We've been driving around all of yesterday and we're going to do a bit more driving around today. We've just stayed the night on North Uist in a very nice Airbnb that I will link up in the description box for anyone interested. Heading back for our ferry now.
A little bit stressed out because it's super windy, gusting up to 42 knots. They're running the ferry.
Yeah, apparently the ferry's still going.
Mad lads.
Yeah.
And it's such intricate passage through the ferry takes too, like loads of islands, narrow waterways, but you know, fair enough. I think they can do it. I guess it's sheltered.
I was a bit worried that a little bit of wind would mean that actually they are less accurate and struggle to go across, but the previous ferry ran this morning, so hopefully we'll be okay.
Yeah.
The wind is predicted to get stronger through the day, so we were going to do the Golden Road on Harris, but we'll see how we feel about that and whether it's a bit too gusty for us to drive along there.
Yeah, some of those mountain roads might be a little bit intense, but we'll see. Actually, I'm thinking the Golden Road might be on right now. Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've just been surprised by how different all of the different landscapes have been in the Outer Hebrides.
Yeah.
That from when we started in Stornoway to coming down to North Uist, we feel like we've gone through maybe 3 or 4 different types of landscape.
There's a super mountainous area. There's an area with all of these like low-lying heather and cows and lots of different plant life flora over here on Uist. And
yeah, Uist feels more like Scandinavia than I expected.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
And Lewis had all these like tons of little locks in around the road, and then Harris was very mountainous. So yeah, it's been very, very different, which has been lovely.
Yeah, it's like a maze of waterways. The North Island, Lewis, or Harris, did you say?
Lewis.
I always get them mixed up. Whatever. Lewis. Harris and Lewis.
Yeah. And it's been super nice to actually be able to cover a reasonable amount of ground in a day with the car compared to like going at a fast jogging speed on the boat. So
lots of single track roads.
So many single track roads. Yeah, we're currently on the main road that runs up Uist, and it's single track all the way.
I've been like loving the driving.
Yeah. Here we go. The main road.
Oh, this part's windy.
Yeah.
Fair play to those captains. turning early, but I guess the wind will take him.
Ferry glide in action.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm stressed for them.
Tokyo Drift.
It's literally sliding sideways.
Yeah.
Been a little bit of water splashing over the car.
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Super salty.
Very salty car.
And I'm looking up what wind speed flips a car. I think we're fine. 115 miles per hour.
Oh, we're fine.
Category 1 hurricane. So
We're fine. Gold Road it is.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a place like this, right? Like,
Prepare to turn left and continue to follow the A859.
shush, pause on that.
Prepare to continue on the same road, because there is only one road.
Just cancel that.
Yeah, we could do.
But yeah, I mean, the grass is like so fluorescent green.
Yeah.
With these purple hills, and here's a beach. Hey, it's like nothing.
It is. It's like the scenery is continually different every 30 seconds. It's really, really fun driving around.
I've never seen anywhere like this.
We took the scenic route north on the Golden Road, which is a 21-mile stretch of single-track road from Rodel to Tarbert. Built in 1897, it's widely assumed to have got its name because of how much it cost to build, given how much rock the builders had to blast through. It twists and turns through the rocks and sea logs, making it slow-going but giving us plenty of time to take in the scenery on the way. What's the verdict on the Gold Road?
It's hard to know if you're on it. No, I'm kidding. I think we were on it for most of it, but it was pretty cool, pretty beautiful, pretty intense driving, to be honest.
Seemed it.
What did you think about it?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Did I make you car sick?
No, well, yeah, there was one point where I was like, oh, might get a bit car sick here, but no, it was mostly fine. It was very rocky. I wasn't expecting it to be so rocky. Lots of like loose boulders.
Ah, yeah. Well, I mean, the road was paved, which is good.
Yeah, the road was paved, but like the landscape was very rocky and a little bit more rocky than anywhere we've been so far. And finally, our last stop of the trip was the Arnol Blackhouse, a traditional thatched house that was once home to a family and all of their animals under the same roof. All houses built in Arnol until 1900 were black houses, and they only started being replaced with more modern white houses in the 1920s. Given we were the furthest away from home we'd been so far, we felt strangely at home in the Outer Hebrides. Maybe it had to do with driving a car and sleeping in a bed that didn't move. I think the real reason was the community that we were welcomed into. The marina was full of other cruisers sheltering from the weather, but the locals were also super friendly, keen to have a chat and welcome us to their islands. While the islands are absolutely stunning, the people really made our time here special.
Yeah, most famous of Scottish wildlife. The shopping trolley and the traffic cone. I'm the seagull.
Thanks for watching. Next time we head back to the mainland to meet up with some friends, and we show them some of the best of Scotland that we've seen so far. Great castles, tasty whiskey, and some of our best wildlife sightings to date.